Hi, my friends. I just wanted to do something real quick here because, yeah, so I had this whole other layer come in my own recovery recently that I didn't realize was a thing. And I've been back in kind of like a stage one type style recovery for a bit here, which is a really interesting experience when you've already recovered. I have a lot of distance from things, and it's really interesting to just kind of observe things from a distance without really being caught in it in the way you are when you're going through recovery for the first time. And I wanted to share a couple perspectives that I think are really helpful. I'm realizing again and again with much more clarity this time how important it is to how we respond to our limbic system if we're rewiring the brain. And yeah, in that context, how you respond is so much more important than anything else. It's the thing that, because ultimately what you're doing is creating a different relationship with yourself. And so when you have a lot of limbic activity and maybe you're having a challenging day and there's a lot coming up, or you hit an ebb, or you hit another layer, or things are just intense and you're uncomfortable, the more you realize that it's this cry for love, it's this part of your brain that is desperately wanting you to be the grown-up and take the true perspective and take charge and actually act on the truth. And that's the only reason it's misbehaving, is it's looking for leadership, it's looking for boundaries, it's looking for truth, it's looking for something it can really put its weight down on. Because that 3-year-old knows that it knows that it can't run the show. The thing it's most terrified of is that we're going to let it keep running in circles. So how you respond, and a couple little things with this, like if you have POPs or ITS or limbic activity come up, and or there's like the limbic system is harping on something in particular, saying thank you when you have a POP come up. Thank you, Limby. Thank you for for bringing that up. Thank you for asking that question. And then responding, because ultimately it's a gift that this is happening. It's been a theme of a theme in my life recently of realizing that limbic system impairment itself, having a brain injury like this and having to go through this, is a gift, because if this didn't happen, all that trauma that we find and that we're rewiring would have stayed stuck, and we would have been stuck for the rest of our lives in a variety of ways. When it comes up to the surface like this, we can't rewire something, we can't change a pattern unless it's in your face. And that's usually the part of this that people dislike the most, is how much it's in their face. But that's when it's easiest to rewire it. So even being grateful that this stuff is coming up so that you can change it, so that you can heal it, so that you can replace the cross wires with the truth. And realizing that whenever you're most neuroplastic, whenever things are most intense, that's when whatever you wire in that moment, whatever belief or pattern you're putting in that moment, is going to stick on a very deep level, because you're so neuroplastic in that moment. So remembering that and allowing yourself to be grateful for the process, and realizing that healing is a spontaneous process. We don't get to decide when things start, when they end, how the whole thing goes. The only thing we have control over is how we respond. So recognizing that we're not in control of our healing, we're not in control of the bigger picture of the process. The thing we're in control of is how we respond in the present moment. And realizing that what our inner self and the limbic system is looking for is confidence and reassurance and consistency and a calm attitude and patience. Patience is your best friend in this process. No matter how insistent things are, continuing to realize that you have the power to choose patience instead of getting exasperated. And when we redirect from a place of patience and unconditional love, it is so much more effective in the long run and in the moment to calming the limbic system and rewiring the brain. So I just wanted, this is a much shorter than usual, but it's incredibly powerful. Our attitude, how you hold yourself, your posture, your tone of voice as you talk to yourself or others, can play a huge role in how you're in the speed of your recovery and how things unfold. Whether you're talking to yourself or somebody else, your posture, your body language, your tone of voice, using language that puts you in an empowered space of owning your life and owning what's happening, and realizing that you have the power to influence the outcome with your choices, with your actions, can be really, really powerful. So just wanted to share that little tidbit, and my love to everyone, and many happiness and blessings to you on your journey.